Alrighty then, let's get right to it here. So I recently purchased the Canon EOS M50 with the EFM 15 to 45 millimeter lens. I was kicking the idea back and forth of what camera I should get, and it was pretty much between Sony and Canon. And realize the Sony cameras are pretty expensive for what you're getting. Once you're getting past $1,000 for a camera, I mean, you might as well start looking at the full frame lens. From what I gathered in my shopping experience, because of the price point and the Canon lenses that I currently have that I can convert over to the this camera. If I buy a converter, I think it's like, between $150 and $200. But right now, I'm still gonna mess around with the lens that comes with it. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go over the specs here. Just read it out here from the Canon's website. The EOS M50 is a compact, interchangeable lens camera for aspiring photographers looking for an easy way to boost the quality of their videos and photos with clear, high-resolution 4K UHD 24p video. You can capture the incredible details and cinematic moments of your life at home or wherever your adventures take you. Snap vibrant, eye-catching photos with a 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor using the built-in electronic viewfinder or vari-angle touchscreen LCD, which is pretty. Their touchscreen is awesome. I love it. A lot of people sometimes don't like using it, but you can click the touchscreen and take a picture or begin your video. And also, thanks to the fast and improved dual pixel CMOS autofocus system, you can quickly lock focus on your subject to make sure you don't miss the action. So, real quick, the one caveat with this camera, the 4K is not autofocus, which may or may not affect, people's performance. But at the end of the day, I think most people are going to be shooting in 1080p HD, which I think has a 59 frame rates per second. I really wish they had more stats here on this camera. Let me see here with the so here we go. So I think more people would be interested in video with the mirrorless. I mean, it's one of the big reasons why people are switching over to the mirrorless cameras is for vlogging, filming videos for YouTube, stuff like that. Pretty much what I'm doing. So the sensor processor combine also enable UHD 4K recording at 23.98 frames per second, along with a full 1080p 60 and HD 720 120 for slow motion capture. I'm pretty much going to be in the full HD 1080p 60. That's what I'm shooting in right now. I'm using this for my webcam. I'm able to download the EOS utility from the Canon website, and from there you can use your M50 as a webcam, which comes in handy. So pretty much, I mean, I'm not going to get too much into the details here, but this camera fitted the needs of everything I wanted. Had the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, has the flash, large touchscreen, and electronic viewfinder, which is awesome. The lens kit that comes with it, the 1545 millimeter, is I'll just read it off to you. But included with the camera body is a versatile standard zoom EFM 15 to 45 f3.5 to 6.3 IS STM lens, which provides a 24 to 72 millimeter equivalent focal length range. 3 spherical elements to help control chromatic aberrations and distortions throughout the zoom range, and an optimized lens placement works to reduce flare and ghosting. And optical image stabilizer works to minimize the appearance of the camera shake by up to 3.5 stops for sharper handheld shooting. And an STM stepping monitor provides fast, smooth, near silent autofocus performance. This works pretty well, again, with the HD 1080p, 60 frames per second. So that's, to explain why I got this camera as opposed to the Sony. The Sony 6100 was pretty much unavailable anywhere, and I don't know if I would have purchased that anyway. But the A6, maybe I would have got that, but I think it's like $200 more than the Canon EOS. I ended up getting the M50, a Rode Go microphone, 128 gig card, all for, I think it was about $700, which it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bundle. Ended up going to Best Buy and purchasing it. So, that's what I ended up getting. Why did I not get the other camera I was looking at the lower end? Was the A6000 from Sony, which also is an older camera. But with huge reason why I didn't purchase that is because there's no input for the stereo or for the microphone, which is a deal breaker for me. That's something I need for good sound. So let's go through some pictures and whatnot, and what I took. They're not the greatest pictures, but this is what some pictures look like with the M50. And also, I'm going to post up here some videos of the M50 also. Forgive me because I didn't know what settings I was in. I screwed up with the microphone input at one point. So a lot of these videos are so amateur and so bad that I just don't even think I want to put them up here. But I promised myself I get some type of review of this camera out and just practice my review skills. And this is going to be the first review video I've ever done. So without further ado, let's look at some of the photos and videos that I created, sorry. Anyway, I got to charge the battery a little bit more, but this thing's pretty darn cool, man. I admit this is not what I expected as far as it looks pretty good what I can see here on the screen, but we'll see what happens when I download it. And a lot of times downloading this stuff isn't as fun as it should be. But when I went to Best Buy, I'll tell you right now, they had nothing but technical issues when I was trying to get stuff. I'm telling you, their whole stock situation is just screwed up. I mean, you go online and they say they have stuff and they don't have it, and then I guess right now it's difficult because it's Christmas, so it's tough to get the stock exactly right. But Best Buy, you had me running around. Yeah. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. The prior tests I had with this, I don't think I had the microphone plugged in properly, of course. So I'm going to try it again. Let me just play this back real quick to see if it recorded properly. Hopefully it. Let me get this all the way back. Here we go. See if it recorded properly. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. It is what it is at this point. Ooh, testing 1 2 3. Yeah, what mode am I in? Not even sure. So, Bella, come here. Come here. Come here. So I'm here testing the Canon M50 for 2020. I opted into getting the Canon M50. First of all, not primarily because of price, but first of all because of availability. Compared to the other things that were out there that were available at the time when I was shopping, I decided to go with this M50 Canon because the other things that were available really I think were overpriced. You know, more than double than what I'm going to get through the Canon, the EOS M50 system. I figured it's a good starting point. And I'll be able to do some good photography, good testing, you know, whatever I really feel like doing with this camera. Right now, I just doing some testing, and hopefully things will work out. I'm not really. Let me see here. So, yeah. So keep. I guess this autofocus is pretty good. The autofocus will not work with the 4K. So I'm gonna, last time I tested this, I did not set the mic up properly. I have the Rode Go microphone on, and let me test out 4K, see how that looks. Okay, this here is HD. Bella, come here, baby. Come on. This is HD. 1080p. I don't know what frames per second this is. Who the hell knows? But this is not 4K. That's the one down. The HD 1080p. Bella, come here, baby. Let's try the next level down. Okay, so this is 29 frames per second, I think. Who the hell knows? That's what I thought it is. And this is 1080p, 29 frames per second. The other one I just did was, I think, 59 frames per second. This looks, what can I say? It all looks the same. I really don't know. Let me see if I do some running around and whatnot. But we go one level down. Okay, so before I was at I think it was at 29 frames per second on 1080i. Right now I'm on 59, and I think it looks better. Definitely, I get a better picture. I'm trying not to look at it too much, but let the camera do the work. Let the camera do the autofocus. Autofocus will not work that good in HD, or sorry, 4K. I guess it's just not set up for that. Let's pan over here to my little doggy and see. Well, there we go. See some reflections there. But let's see what other kind of video I can get here. We just pan around. Oh, there we go. It's like a nice big dookie. Good job. Get right in on there. It's perfect. Good job, baby. Alright, so let me pick that up. Here we go. The one thing I will say I like doing is video on this camera. Just like the way it feels. Much better than using... I was carrying around a GoPro for a little bit. And this is better for my purposes. I think we're definitely getting a better video quality from this camera. The bigger sensor. I'll go over all the characteristics and specs on this thing, but this is just really as amateur as it gets right here. So here we go, action shot. Bella, what are you doing, babies? This here, I'm at my undisclosed location where I like going. There's two places very close to me. Actually, three. The one drawback with this camera is turning the face screen around. So if I have the speaker plugged in, then I'm not going to be able to speaker. Or if I have the microphone plugged in, I'm not going to be able to get a good. I'm not going to be able to turn the screen around to see what's going on. So I don't think that's that much of a big deal at this point. Let me see if I can turn it around here. There's a farm. Right now I'm using the Canon zoom lens EFM 15 45mm. Turn it around. If you can see, well, you can see, definitely see, but there's a farm up there. It's a cool little horse farm. Yeah, and of course it's by power lines. These power lines go all the way from, we'll say northern Pennsylvania, all the way down to southern Pennsylvania, man. Straight shot all the way down. This here follows along the Schuylkill River. And maybe I'll get some better location shots as we move along here. But I feel kind of douchey doing this, but what the heck. I do have it. Right now I'm not using a handheld, but I can do that later. So what I'm going to try and do is review the Canon EOS M50. This recently has been my camera of choice, something that I've chose to learn on and grow with. There's multiple reasons why I purchased this. Again, I'll go over this probably multiple times in the video, but number one was price, second is availability, and the third is it had all the features I was looking for, and compared to the other options that were available. So keep in mind, I wanted a camera right away. I didn't feel like waiting forever. So given the price point and the availability, and a lot of reviews I was watching, especially on the I think they're called Think Team. I don't know where they're people there really recommended this this camera, and I bought it. And here I am, giving it a shot, testing it out, and I filmed video and some different locations under different lighting conditions. Some of the videos I forgot to set the microphone up properly so there's no voice. But I'm going to go through the different videos, and we'll see how they look. And you can just, I'm not going to say decide for yourself if you want to buy this camera, but this is basically my journey into photography and creating videos and content with the Canon M50. So I hope you enjoy. Well, what did I tell you? I mean, they're not the best videos and best examples because my picture taking skills with this were horrible. I need to really get into this and learn how to use this piece of equipment, and I'll be able to get some better content out there. But so far, what I found with this camera is I really love enjoying it. I love playing around with it. I love the lens that came with it is again is really versatile. So I'm happy with the lens, and overall I'm happy with this purchase, and I'm looking forward to creating some cool content. And who knows what it's going to be at this point, but I'm going to tell you right now that this is something that I'm diving into, and I'm going to learn how to use the fuck out of this camera and do some cool shit with it. Thanks. And click like and subscribe if your thumb feels like it.